What's up, geeks and gamers? Welcome to a Monday edition of this show called Geeks and Gamers Daily. This will be the single most important show in the history of the internet at this time on this channel, talking about these topics with these hosts. Hi, Jay.
It's Monday. I hope you're ready to start your day.
What kind of start was that?
I'm having a case of the Mondays. Okay?
Having a case of the Mondays. Okay.
The Keanu
okay.
Mondays.
Okay. I can respect that. What's up with your background? Where are you hanging out now?
I'm starting the podcast again, so I want it to look a little more professional when I have guests on, like that I'm actually like a little modern. So I don't know. I just found it on a Google search. I was like, cool backgrounds for people with podcasts, and this one came up. I just stole it. I had to crop it out because on the very bottom it had like, what is it, like iStock or something? So like I had to crop that out so people don't see it.
Did you really Google cool backgrounds for people with podcasts?
People are like, it looks gay.
Oh man, cool backgrounds for people with podcasts. Good job, Jay. Good job. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about. The man. I think today the last day of September.
Yeah.
Is today? Yeah. So today's the last day of September. Then we move into October. We move into Halloween season, but that puts us nearly 1 month from the general election here in the United States of America. And the Hollywood hypocrisy has hit another level. Holy crap, man. I mean, it's just, I don't know what's going on. I don't know when we're gonna, I don't know how bad it's going to get, but it's going to get pretty bad. So we'll see what happens. But the first thing is, Jay, I'm ready to play Fortnite. So
yeah,
we gotta play
it was
Fortnite.
nice to play the other day and get a win.
I started playing ranked too. We played ranked. Oh no, Dikembe Mutombo passed away.
Yeah, he had
when did this happen?
Dealing with cancer, I think, wasn't he?
When did this happen? Like that?
It just happened now?
Yes.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I thought he was dealing with cancer.
Yeah, Dikembe Mutombo. 58. Wow, man, he was an amazing. It's an NBA player.
Yeah, the finger wag.
Yeah, man. Remember that time he taunted Jordan? Jordan
just launched over him, and
yeah. So, but yeah, Dikembe Mutombo, NBA legend, 58 years old, man, 58 years old. So I just saw that on my timeline right there. So R.I.P.
Yeah.
Man. But yeah, so we've got the Hollywood stuff going on. I want to talk about the Vince McMahon documentary a little bit later. Something that you've watched, I've watched. It's on Netflix. And then we've got an insane cancel culture moment with J.K. Rowling.
Bro.
I can't believe how crazy these people are.
And also, have you seen the new AI video of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith?
No. You want to play that right now?
You think we're gonna get? I don't think we get clipped for it.
I hope not, but I mean,
it's hold on. It's been making the here. I'll pull it up real quick. It's been making the rounds. It's a minute 30.
Okay.
Or 2 minutes. It's called Revenge of the Redneck.
Okay. I have not seen this yet.
So
I have not seen this.
Revenge of the Redneck.
Anakin's riding Uncle Palpatine's shack, thinking about Padme, but there's no turning back. She's rocking on the porch with twins on the way, while Anakin's slipping deeper every day. Obi-Wan leaning, staring at the sky, watching him drift and wondering why.
This is
Palpatine smiling with a devilish grin, knowing Vader's about to dive right in. You crossed the line too far to turn. To burn. Padme's waiting, but you're too far gone. Obi's driving, knowing it's all wrong.
Pause it. What? Pause it.
That boy's done, ain't nothing left.
Why is this so good? Why is this so
We're all gonna be replaced in a year, man. They're just gonna have AI people talking about pop culture. Wait, you gotta see Mace Windu. Hold on, we'll get to it's an AI song. I don't think they're allowed to copy.
Windu's hiding.
They put a purple hat on his head because of the purple lightsaber.
What is happening right now?
In the swamp so still, waiting for Palpatine to show his ill will, but old Palpatine zapped him quick as a flash. Mace hit the swamp, gone in a splash. Yoda's watching, hidden by the trees, sipping moonshine, feeling that breeze. Obi-Wan's rolling in his beat-up truck, trying to save Anakin, but running out of luck. You cross the line, too far to turn. The family's broken hearts start to burn. Padme's waiting, but you're too far gone. Obi's driving, knowing it's all
It's
wrong.
crazy,
Yoda's
right?
sipping on his jug of brew,
What
saying
is
that
this?
boy's done, ain't nothing left to do.
Pause. Holy crap, dude. AI is terrifying. This is terrifying because this whole song was written by AI.
Yeah, everything is AI. I'll just speed it up to where they do.
No. You can keep going. You keep going.
I think they do a Darth Vader reveal. Look at
Swamp's on fire, the day's getting hot. Anakin's raging, losing the plot. Obi-Wan's facing him, saber in hand, saying, boy, you're tearing apart this land. Padme's breaking, torn by what she sees, while Palpatine's smiling, saying, boy, you're free. The south's gone dark and the family's torn. Anakin's lost and Vader's born.
What? What? Holy shit, man.
Oh, there is a redneck Darth Vader.
You
Now, you know, in Alabama, you got to be honest, Jeremy. When people came out for Halloween in Alabama to dress as Darth Vader, they looked pretty similar to that.
100%. 100%. Absolutely. Holy
They just
crap.
put on a little mask, the beard is all hanging out, all
Good
that stuff.
Lord. What is
And they
happening?
still wore their tank top with gas station tattoos, man. I love
Vader's
it.
born, you cross the line, too far to turn. The family's broken hearts start to burn. Padme's waiting, but you're too far gone. Obi's driving, knowing it's all wrong. And Yoda's sipping on
Yoda's
his jug
just
of
scary
brew,
looking.
saying that boy's done, ain't nothing left to do.
Pretty cool, right?
Holy
Sort of.
crap, man. I was not. I mean, I can relate to that. Okay. Being from Alabama, I can relate to that. Very relatable AI right there. Very, very accurate.
He says that's a normal Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's Alabama Comic-Con cosplay. The chat is undefeated as always. Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, it's
gracious.
it's crazy. Like this YouTube page, that's all they already have 275,000 followers, subscribers, and it's like that, and they only have, what do they have? They only have about 90 videos. It's all AI stuff. It's all weird AI stuff like that. And you're just kind of like, wow. Like the Harry Potter, the country Harry Potter stuff is wild. But yeah.
Jeez, man.
Imagine that, like you get the program and like you just type it in and then it gives you that and you upload it and you sit back and you get 10 million views and you're good to go.
That's it, man. It's a link to the channel. Yeah, I don't know if mods or if you can drop the link.
I got it.
Okay, drop the link in the comments. All right, let me get a couple of these super chats really quick before we get started. Let's see. Pizza 294. Replace writers with AI. That's what's going to happen. That's what's
Everything's
going to
be replaced, and
Yeah.
you know
that is essentially.
I think what possibly gonna happen is like everything will be replaced by AI, and then it'll be like this weird thing where it's like this show is not made by AI. You know what I mean? It'll be like that disclaimer, like this was all. Remember when Jackie Chan, like the big disclaimer was he does his own stunts. So it's like watch this and watch him do his own stunts. So it'll come back and be like these are real people, not AI generated.
Yeah, and I mean, like if you look at it, like it's like anything else. I mean, look at how when you could have never convinced me back when I worked retail that we would get to a point where there would be no cashiers in grocery stores.
Oh yeah.
And now you essentially have like one or two people that run like the self checkouts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's no human. There's no humans anymore.
So
It's crazy.
let me ask you this question: when you leave, which one do you prefer?
What do you mean?
Like, do you go to self-checkout?
Well, typically I go to self-checkout because the line is so long in the
Yeah.
regular line, because the self-checkout has like 8 or 12 registers, so it moves a lot faster. They usually only have 1 or 2 human cashiers anymore, so those lines are so long and they move slower. I prefer a human to check me out, but the line just moves so much slower and they only have a couple, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so just on whole time, like time, you have to go through the self-checkout.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And
That's the issue.
it's strategic like that. That's the whole point. Like, they're trying to get it to where there are no human cashiers. So they're forcing you to go to the self-checkout because it moves so much faster, and it's bullshit.
Not only that, man, I think delivery is going to be like, that's going to be, it's pretty big now, but
yeah,
I do most of my stuff. Like, I get it delivered. I don't even want to go to the store anymore.
I don't like, I rarely get stuff delivered. I don't use Uber Eats a lot. I don't use a lot of that stuff. Like, you know me. You remember my whole Domino's pizza rant that I went on.
I'm Publix delivery, man. I just
I'm still not. I don't like when people handle my food from that perspective of like knowing that someone is handling my food from point A to point B. I don't like that. I
used to think that way until all these videos come out and they're like, do you know what's actually in your food? And you're like, yeah, you've probably eaten bugs and roaches in your chocolate and all that stuff. And it's just like, well.
John Goat says, now Google gay background for people with podcasts. Titties Macker says, where's the missing chromosome super chat reader? Steve Finch says, if they ever want the Republican right, need to stop talking about high road and start using the same tactics as the left, minus the blue hair. Definitely want to minus the blue hair, that's for sure. John Goat says, Redneck Yoda will haunt my nightmares. Christian Rogers is still better than Disney Star Wars, 1000%. Sergio Garcia says, AI Padme is hot, hot, hot. Gerald Armstrong says, Vader is jelly roll. CG says, as a native Alabamian, I agree with Jeremy.
Hey.
Jenny says, Mace looking like R-Truth. Cultural Breakdown says, I'd rather have a redneck Star Wars over what Disney has been putting out. 1000%. Dave Chandler says, I'm actually encouraged by Zachary Levi coming out as a Trump supporter. A young talent in Hollywood would have nothing to gain by doing this previously. Things are shifting in deep blue California. So let's go ahead and talk about that, because Zachary Levi has caused quite the meltdown. Shazam star Zachary Levi endorses Donald Trump for president. We are going to take back this country. Levi endorses Trump for president during an event in Michigan with RFK Jr. A Hollywood actor is throwing his support behind former President Trump as Election Day is a little more than 5 weeks away. Shazam star Zachary Levi revealed his pick for president while moderating an event with former presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard, the former Democrat congresswoman from Hawaii, in Michigan on Saturday. Levi opened the event by explaining that he initially was backing RFK Jr. in 2024, and when Kennedy suspended his campaign, Levi knew who he would be sending his support to. In a perfect world, and whatever that would look like, perhaps, I would have voted for Bobby, Levi said. But we don't live in a perfect world. In fact, we live in a very broken one. We live in a country that has been hijacked by a lot of people who want to take this place way off the cliff, and we're going to stop that. Levi added that he grew up in a Christian conservative family, and his parents taught him to have a healthy level of distrust for the government, adding that Kennedy is the real deal and the kind of politician he wanted to support for president. We're going to take back this country. We're going to make it great again. We're going to make it healthy again. And I stand with Bobby, and I stand with everyone else who is standing with President Trump. Of the two choices that we have, and we only have two, President Trump is the man that can get us there, Levi said. Boom.
He's always been in Kennedy's corner. Like that's like, so it would be interesting to see like what would happen, after he endorsed. But it's like, I'm gonna share this real quick. This is what happens now. This is what happens. What did Butter Biscuit say?
What?
Why is
Oh,
Jake crying? Because he just got dunked on. I ain't even lying. He just got dunked on. He was standing in the way, so I dunked it in his face. I don't know what that means.
I do.
Oh, all right. Well,
Have you never heard the Froggy Fresh song?
man,
Because it just got dunked on. Come on, man. You've had to have heard that song.
why would that be in the suit? What I'm trying to say is anyway. Let's get back to the story.
Why is James crying? All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
So like these people right here, man lost his job and decided to go full Gina Carano. That's like been the that's been his backlash for all that. They're comparing him with Gina Carano because he decided to come out to support Trump. Lily's, you know, and then like they're like, oh, I got more. Look, Gino supports this. Hey, and look at Lily's. Like, what's the problem here? That's the issue. It's like you don't fall in line.
Well, he's
they're
like
mad at you. What job did he lose? Actually, like I don't understand. Like what job did he lose?
I think what he's losing is going to be future stuff, and there's no doubt about it. He's going to be punished for this. He's 1,000% going to be punished for this.
The thing is, I don't think he cares.
I don't either, and I'm glad he doesn't. But he will 100% be affected by this. He's not going to get jobs moving forward now, and it's because he's stepping out of line. Whereas. And the reason we're talking about this is the hypocrisy, because you also have this story right here where Dave Bautista, you know, he has no problem. He has no issues. 141,000 likes, tons of people supporting him, all because he's got his Harris Walls shirt on and talking about how, you know, he has no problem voting for them. And that's fine. He can have his opinion. But why does he get celebrated in Hollywood for having his opinion, but Zachary Levi gets canceled and destroyed and loses his career over his opinion? That's the hypocrisy of Hollywood, and that's the problem. Now, Dave Bautista is a complete cuck, okay? We know that. That's not, I'm not breaking any news by telling you that. That's who Bautista is. He's been like this for a long time. He's kind of, I think he's kind of off his rocker, to be honest. But yeah, it's the hypocrisy in Hollywood. And I mean, you made a video on the Zachary Levi thing. How did that go for you? What type of reaction did you see?
Just people angry.
Yeah.
Just saying his career is over. Just saying, you know, that it's done, that he was never a good actor, that they shouldn't be called an actor, that he didn't do anything. It's special in Hollywood. Like the fact that they're going through like his work as an actor, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and like I said, I think that his career will suffer greatly, regardless of the outcome of the election. I think that Zachary Levi's career is going to suffer greatly because of this in a big way. Now, I don't even know if he had anything currently going on, but this is the level of hypocrisy in Hollywood right here. And we're just going to continue to see this over the next 5 weeks. It's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. And we're going to have to see how it all plays out. But as it stands right now, Bautista's getting celebrated. Zachary Levi is getting crucified, all over a difference of opinions. Isn't that how it always goes?
And I just think being compared to Gina is a compliment, because it's just, to me, it's like
100%.
They're not bound to this. You know, it just seems like some of these people, like they're it's almost like they're forced to do this.
Yeah.
And it's like, because they know, like, they don't want to speak out because they're of the fear of being canceled or removed from like any future work. So,
well, the bottom line is it shouldn't matter what Zachary Levi's opinion is, and it shouldn't matter what Dave Bautista's opinion is. The fact is actors' opinions are generally irrelevant in these situations. The problem I have with it is that one opinion is treated like Dave Bautista's, where he's getting celebrated and he's probably going to get more and more work, and the other one is going to mean that this guy is going to lose his career. So that's my issue with it. But at the end of the day, I don't really care what any actors say. Generally speaking, it's the reaction from Hollywood and how they're going to treat it.
And you know what's
my issue.
So when I did the video on that, there was a lot of posts on social media that says, "Oh, he's gonna make he did this so because he wants to make fake Christian films or crappy Christian movies." I was like, man, even like Christian stuff is taken, catching strays on this whole thing. It's just weird to me. And then, of course, they're posting pictures of him, Kevin Sorbo, Dean Cain, Gina Carano, and they're like, what do these guys all have in common? No careers. Like it's I don't know.
Well, yeah, when you post stuff like that, all you're doing is proving the whole argument right that we make is that Hollywood is all about cancel culture. If you don't line up with their narrative,
Yeah,
they will cast you out. So that's proving our point that we've been on time and time again, because this channel has always that's how this channel's kind of elevated, is to show the hypocrisy in Hollywood, because ultimately, bottom line is, who gives a shit what anybody's opinions on politics are? That's how it should be. That's how it was when I was growing up, and how I mean, when I had a favorite basketball player or a favorite actor, I didn't know their politics because it didn't matter. Now you have to know their politics, apparently, these days.
Yeah, but the thing that we point out too is that Gina was fired because of her post. Her conservative, like they were like conservative posts and things like that, but then the hypocrisy of like Mark Hamill going out and just saying saying whatever he wants. And Mark Hamill posted naked pictures of like Trump's wife one time, did he not?
Yeah.
So
yeah, he deleted them after even his own crowd gave him backlash over that. Mark Hamill's unhinged, man. That dude's not well. He's just not. He's not well at all. But hey, it is what it is. Hollywood's gonna Hollywood, right? Yeah. So what can you do? What can you do? But Zachary Levi, we're gonna see what happens with his career moving forward. But I don't think his career is going to be very it's not gonna be benefited from this at all. I think Hollywood's going to try and punish him and make an example of him, if I was to guess.
We'll see.
Rensler says, so Geeks and Gamers is some punk site run New York grifters and endorsement on Trump. What a bunch of sellouts. What? What?
Sure.
Rensler. Just so there's just so we're clear on everything. Trump 2024, motherfucker. Okay?
Thanks for the 10.
Trump 2024, motherfucker. I don't know what you're crying about. If you're just finding out that I'm a Trump supporter, bro, you're gonna have a tough time. You're gonna have a tough time.
When I did that, I had telling Jeremy, I was like, when I did that Zachary Levi video, people in my comments are like, I can't believe I've been subbed to this channel. I was like half my videos are about Gina Carano and like conservative. Like, what? How did you not know this? They were like really mad, but
I usually save these for the proper 199, but now we get this one.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Oh man, paid $10 to call Jeremy a grifter. That's a good life. That's a good life right there. Spencer Anthony says we gotta get a live J reaction to Froggy Fresh. So you don't know Froggy Fresh?
I don't think so. No,
bro,
it doesn't ring a bell.
Froggy Fresh is like one of the greatest internet rappers ever. Okay, like Froggy Fresh. Okay. Oh my God, man. Froggy Fresh is like legend. Okay. He hasn't been doing stuff a lot lately. He just came out with something. Let's see right here. I got to show you this one. Okay. Here we go. Hang on. Freaking, I can't believe the Coolest Guys is the best one. Okay. The Coolest Guys is the best one. All right, here we go. I'm just going to let you listen to the opening of the Coolest Guys. All right. Here we go.
The coolest guys around the town. Everybody come and gather around. Me and Mike are here to stay. We make these rap songs every day.
This is the greatest shit ever, dude. This is the greatest stuff ever. Watch this shit.
Everybody come and gather around. Me and Mike are here to stay. We make these rap songs every day. You're mad because your girlfriend wants to hold my hand. I could go like this and hit you with a rubber band.
I don't know what to say. I will go on record and say I do not know who Froggy Fresh is. I've never
dude, he's great.
He's got a John Cena shirt on. That makes it even better.
Yes.
That makes it even better.
Now I think I'll go and ask her girlfriend on a date. I'll pick her up at 7 and I won't be late. And then I'll probably blow her a kiss. Have you ever seen me do it? It goes like this. Kiss your hand and blow the kiss away. She maybe didn't tell you, but I kiss her every day.
It's so great, dude. No, dude, he's got so many songs. But the Dunked On, you don't remember the baddest?
I don't remember.
Tosh.0 covered this back in the day. Tosh.0 covered it, but like you see, like he's got this Denzel Washington song, like
a Denzel Washington.
You might make her mine. And Denzel Washington.
Who's the other guy?
That's
Why is he just standing there?
That's Moneymaker Mike, man. All right,
yeah, I don't know these people.
Here we go.
Denzel Washington, the best actor ever. He's so darn cool. He's so darn clever. I think that you're the man, and Mike does too. Denzel, if you want, you can join our crew.
Wow.
Oh God, you have to go down the rabbit hole of Froggy Fresh songs, dude.
Scared.
They're the greatest things ever. They're the greatest thing. See, you guys make this show. You guys make this show. But yeah, that's old school. So Tosh.0 featured him back in the day on his show, and it kind of like he had this one song, and everybody was like, "Is this kid retarded? Like, what the hell's wrong with this kid?" Like, and he has legitimate songs that he does that he's not like doing that gimmick, but I don't know, man. The guy's it's weird to figure him out, but he's funny as hell. Jay Frazier 360 says, "Hail Geeks and Gamers. I was disappointed with Mr. McMahon. So few people for interviews and not even a mention of the nails incident. Producers of Dark Side of the Ring would have made a far superior documentary." Well, I do want to talk about that for a bit. So you've seen the Mr. McMahon documentary, correct?
I was excited for it. I was like, you know, I love that stuff.
Yeah. I was looking forward to it, but ultimately, I don't know. Okay, so the Mr. McMahon documentary was a documentary on Vince McMahon, basically the king of wrestling. If you don't watch wrestling, Vince McMahon is responsible for everything you know in the world of professional wrestling to this day. He's a billionaire. He turned the wrestling business into a $1 billion international sensation. And Vince is a crazy, crazy person. Okay. Anybody that's watched wrestling was not surprised by any of the stuff that we saw in the lawsuit. You know, like nobody was surprised. Vince is Vince. So this Netflix documentary comes out and everybody is expecting like, oh man, we're going to learn all of this information on Vince McMahon. We're going to learn all of this dirt on Vince McMahon. Now, what you need to know is that Netflix has a deal with the WWE starting next year. So WWE is going to Netflix starting next year. Vince McMahon is no longer with the company. Vince McMahon has been ousted as the president and CEO and top shareholder of WWE Entertainment, which is now part of the TKO group and UFC. So he's no longer with them. This 6-episode documentary comes out, and if you are like me and Jay, you'll learn nothing new. Yeah. We all knew everything that was in this documentary, but there were some interesting things that were said that Vince himself even talked about, some things that raised a few eyebrows. But ultimately, before the documentary came out, Vince McMahon released a statement distancing himself from the documentary, which a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is going to be a really bad documentary."
We thought I thought they were going to go into the entire like new allegation court case, but no, a lot of this was filmed in 2021.
So I watched all 6 episodes and I learned almost nothing new from my perspective. No, the best thing in the documentary that I saw was the Shane McMahon stuff in episode 5, just to kind of learn, like from that perspective. But outside of that, there was nothing major that was learned from this. Vince McMahon's a crazy person. We've all known that. He's not operating in reality. And he's willing to do literally anything for the sake of the business.
Yeah.
He's willing to do anything. He will do anything. Now, there was a report, and I don't know if you saw this, there was a rumor that Vince was actually going to respond with Kevin Dunn. This was a rumor that broke yesterday. Vince McMahon working on a response to the documentary with Kevin Dunn that is now being debunked, saying that Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn are not working together on a response to Mr. McMahon. So that was going pretty viral yesterday. But it turns out that's not the case at all, that there is no response from Vince and Kevin Dunn over this. So what were your thoughts on the documentary overall?
I think it was cool to kind of see like the timeline period that we already, through WCW and the Monday Night Wars, Attitude Era, why they went to the PG era, just for sponsorships and why they, they were just doing things, like you said, he was doing things for the business and for money, just to try to get a pop. The stuff with his family, that I think that was the only thing that I was a little curious about, is like why wasn't it passed on, but Vince was like, he left the company, Steph was in charge apparently, then he came back and then he sold it. So it's like no one in my family's getting it. So it's kind of like that. And but that was about it. Like you said, there's been other documentaries, there's been other shows out there that have literally documented the same thing. So
yeah, so, and I see Steph in the chat said it's definitely a doc for normies, and as a wrestling normie, I enjoyed it I really enjoyed it. Yeah, 100%. If you don't know the stuff, like, this was probably very, very informative and fascinating to learn. If you're like me and Jay, you probably didn't learn almost anything because
you kind of knew what was coming. You were just like, okay, well, the Ted Turner, I was like, all right, I know what's coming. I know about all that. I've seen tons of videos on those Monday Night Wars. That was peak, man. That stuff was like really good. The creation of Stone Cold, seen that a million times.
Yeah.
All that stuff. And, it is kind of interesting that they got into the Chris Benoit stuff a little bit. Maybe that, but it was all stuff that we already knew. So
yeah,
they tried to cover Vince's life and like the different things that he went through. And I do think, if people watch it without knowing the whole stories, they probably will be. It does show how I think they said it best, that he's married to this business. Like that is everything to him. Women were suing him. And then after he settled with them, he still brought them back on the show.
Yeah.
It's like, because he knew it would get a pop and he knew it, like, things would happen. So it was just, that's just who he was. He would settle a lawsuit and then be like, all right, well, now that we've settled the lawsuit, do you want to come back on the show after you've been through a traumatic experience? Sure. Why not? We'll go back through the show.
Vince McMahon has always been a complete and total psychopath. Yeah. You've seen interviews over the years with like people like Bob Costas and other people where he'll get very confrontational. He'll try to fight them in the interview because they're asking him tough questions. And you see like how dangerous he is. Like Vince McMahon, I've been following wrestling my whole life. Like Vince McMahon has always been known as this really, really dangerous guy that will take things to the next level. And absolutely hilarious.
So all right, I'm gonna highlight Steph's comment real quick. It says, I wasn't sure why Vince put out that statement because I didn't see anything controversial in the documentary. to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if he just did that to drum up interest. like at the end of the day, it wouldn't surprise me if like you learn like, well, I just did that to drum up interest. So
everything with Vince is a work. And so
yeah,
that was me whenever, and even knowing that everything with Vince is a work, even still, when I saw him put that out, I'm like, ooh, this looks interesting.
Yeah.
And it made me interested. I'm like, Vince got me in the building again. But I think that it's just because there were things that were like right now. And again, when Vince filmed the documentary, that was prior to all of the stuff,
the new
with
allegations.
him. Because he's left the company now. So he's no longer affiliated, no longer connected to it. So there was a lot that they probably left on the cutting room floor that he was not happy about. And you're talking about a control freak, a man who has had control of every aspect of this business. Every documentary that's ever came out, every interview, every word, he has had the final say on all of it. And now he's had none of it anymore. You know what I mean? So interesting. And I don't know what's gonna happen from it. I'm not sure. But I wanted to kind of talk about it a little bit because it's definitely for normies. It's not for wrestling fans. And it's more of a history of WWE more so than a documentary about Vince McMahon and his life.
Yeah.
But what that man accomplished is unbelievable. What he did, dude, the hypocrisy in Vince of like saying like how like Ted Turner, like how they're coming after a small family bit run business. And it's like, what? Like what?
It's just like one part where it was like, you okay, Vince? What are you thinking about right now? Hot sex. You're just like, all right. And then they went to another segment. You're like, what? Was that an edit or that's just who he is, So
yeah, absolutely
pretty
crazy.
wild.
But to be that guy and to run that industry the way he ran it, you kind of have to be a little unhinged. You know what I mean? To manage those massive, larger than life personalities
through and everything too. It's just like,
yeah. So anyway, if you're interested, you check it out. If you're a normie, if you're a wrestling fan, you're not going to get a lot out of that one. You're just not. So that's my take on it right there. Dave Chandler says, in regards to Levi's career, I actually don't think he's going to lose his career. Things have shifted. There are places to go and projects to work on outside of the sphere of Hollywood, has always ruled. I hope you're right. I do hope you're right. We'll see what happens with, all of this for sure. But I hope you're right.
The thing is though, like, is the celebrity endorsement, does it hold as much weight as it used to? Or
I don't know if
it ever hold weight?
I don't think it ever held weight.
Because it's like, I think even more so today, a lot of people don't even care. And the people that do care probably don't even vote, to be honest. So, it's like they just want to make Twitter noise. So I don't even know if they even vote.
Yeah, I don't think the celebrity endorsement ever has mattered, and I don't think it matters today. Like, do I really care what Zachary Levi thinks about anything? No. Like, I don't. Like, my favorite director and my favorite person in Hollywood is Christopher Nolan. I don't know Christopher Nolan's political opinions, and I don't care. And if he stated his political opinion today, it would have literally no impact on my opinion, although it would have probably an impact on my viewing of him as a director to go, I didn't need to know your politics, and I wish I didn't know your politics because I don't care. So I think that's kind of how, generally speaking, most people are, is they're not influenced by their favorite celebrities' politics. And I think that's something that Hollywood hasn't fully understood yet. They don't understand that nobody gives a shit about what they think. They don't.
I think they think in their own mind. They're like, I'm going to make a statement. I know you watched like, what was it? Geeks for Kamala, whatever that was.
Oh, Geeks and Nerds for Kamala. Woof. That was rough.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That was rough.
I think they did more damage to her campaign than anything.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. to say the least. That was pretty bad, to say the least. So, by the way, another topic that we need to talk about that happened over the weekend, Jay. Paul Feig blames female Ghostbusters failure on Trump supporters. I need everybody to understand that this is a 2024 story. Okay? This story just broke a few days ago. Paul Feig, the director of the Ghostbusters 2016 film, blames Trump supporters. What? We're this far
Just
removed
can't let
from
it go, man.
Can't let it go. And it's all because he's blaming, I put it here, he's blaming this right here. He's blaming this right here.
They're remaking Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford. You can't do that. And now they're making Ghostbusters with only women. What's going on?
Wow. I'm
Paul
so
Feig
hurt.
Paul Feig said in the video or in the article, like, that was it. He goes, that's where it's all started. That's where it all started.
Wow. Wow, that's really brutal, man. Trump really. That was brutal, man. That was brutal. I don't know if Trump ever had a more brutal statement about anything. That is like 8 years, dude.
Jeez, man.
That's I've said this a million times. There's these people that just pass the blame. They never take responsibility for making something crappy. They never look and go, we tried some things, didn't really work out. And, it wouldn't have surprised me, but it didn't happen. If like the people from Sonic, like, hey, we hate that Sonic. Well, it's probably because you like Trump. We're releasing it anyway. It's like it's how these people think. It's they constantly blame other people, for their terrible stuff. I'll never forget, like Seth Rogen when he made that Santa Claus Inc.
Yeah,
and people were trashing it, and he's just like, don't worry about the people trashing it. They're just white supremacists. You're like,
yep.
What? Oh, what? You mean if you don't like the show, that's what you are? Like, seriously?
Well,
it's like pass the blame, man. Like, just pass the blame. It's not a bad show. You're the problem. You're the problem.
The truth is Donald Trump, while is probably the most powerful and influential person in the world, does not have the power to destroy a movie just with his words. He just doesn't. What he does have the power to do is to tell the truth about something. And that's exactly what he did about Ghostbusters 2016. Ghostbusters 2016 did not fail because Donald Trump called it out. Ghostbusters 2016 failed for the exact reasons that Donald Trump mentioned, that it was an identity politics shit show and no one was interested in it to begin with. Nobody cared. Nobody was going to see this.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
And they crapped on, like, that's the thing. They took what people loved, before, and they crapped on it. They brought in the old characters to make fun of them, to kill them. Like, I know they didn't play the original Ghostbusters in the film, but like they just crapped on it. So I don't know. And then you go, well, it wasn't our fault. We made a good film. It's blamed everything else. It's pretty wild, man.
I mean, I talked about it in my video, or I mentioned the story, but when Ghostbusters 2016 came out, I wasn't like on the internet making like culture war videos and shit. Like I was just a moviegoer. And when it was first announced, all I remember saying is, well, the Paul Feig guys made a couple of funny movies. This is before Ghostbusters 2016. He had a couple of funny movies with Melissa McCarthy or whatever her fucking name is. And so I was like, I mean, it's kind of weird, but whatever. And then you started to see the marketing, and then you heard how everybody's racist and sexist. And I'm like, dude, I don't even want to fucking see this shit now. This looks horrible. And I've never watched it to this day. So I'm never going to watch this movie.
Man.
I'm never going to watch this movie.
You know what's crazy? Like when they were giving this movie away, like if they were giving this movie away for a lot of different things, like digital downloads, like if you bought like a Blu-ray or something and there was like digital downloads, like that was in like that was in a lot of like free DVDs of other films that you could get this movie for free. That's how I ended up getting it. So then I watched it and it's like, wow, this is hilariously terrible. So
Yeah, I'm never gonna see it. I heard they took like Chris Hemsworth and like basically made him just like your typical stereotypical like stupid guy
yeah,
or
of
whatever.
course.
And yeah, I'm glad I've never seen it. Never seen it.
Yeah, other people like Michelle says, yeah, I got it in a free digital library. Yeah, it's like they were just like, we got to give it away.
But Ghostbusters 2016, apparently that is Donald Trump and his supporters' fault, ladies and gentlemen, according to Paul Feig.
I got something better for you. Breaking news about Agatha All Along, everyone's favorite new hot Marvel show. Agatha All Along has officially surpassed 1 billion views on TikTok. The fastest MCU show to achieve this since WandaVision.
Jesus.
Good job, everybody. That's what it's all about. We're getting the hashtag to get 1 billion. That's what it's all about. Good job. You
TikTok.
guys aren't watching the show, but we're making TikToks.
Congratulations on the TikTok success, Marvel. I'm sure that's exactly like considering TikTok creators can't make any money off their stuff anyway. I'm sure that's going to work out real good for you. I'm sure that's going to help the budget and the bottom line there on Agatha All Along. How'd your Agatha All Along video do, Jay?
It's the lowest viewed video I've had in like 8 months. Awful, man. Didn't even crack. I think it cracked 2,100 views. So now I'm like rethinking, do I just finish? Do I finish out or what? So
I personally have not watched Agatha All Along, and I will not be watching it. So I have zero desire to watch that. Zero desire. So, and I'm okay with that. I am 100% okay with that. The Exalted Patriarch says, I'd like to see how brave these AI artists are. Have them do Blazing Saddles and History of the World Part 1. Roll mother effing tide. Roll mother effing tide, baby. GJJ, what's up, GJJ, with the member message? McCutter says, hi, Jay, want to play? Oh, my God. Butterbiscuit says, why is Jay crying? Because he just got dunked on. I ain't even lying. You got to watch the dunked on video. You got to watch it. Got to watch it. So good. Pork says, Chrissy Mayer is interviewing Laura Loomer today. Yasuke says, my bro, Chris Christopherson, died a couple of days ago. One of the all-time great country singers. Would have liked to see him play Whistler one last time. Yes, R.I.P. Chris Christopherson. Jay's Fat Cankle says, Jay, I'm getting married. As a longtime fan and supporter, would you come to my wedding? I know you're not the type to ghost someone on their wedding day. Oh, there we go. So
I think that's from Canada. Probably not a good idea to send me a Canada invitation.
Toll says, hi, crew. Tired Retro Gamer says, is there even going to be a Hollywood to have a career pretty soon? We'll see. The Singing Sig says, Cucks and Flamers for Kumswala Harris. Hail IDOT 199. Speaking of IDOT, we got 1 day left, ladies and gentlemen. 1 day left. Here we go. The IDOT and the IDOT Halloween Rise of IDOT shirt and hoodie campaign tomorrow after Tuesday night's main event. It's done, and we will start getting these ready to ship out hopefully before Halloween. Get them. So if you have not,
good.
Go over to 221B. Let's see. Hang on. Let me pin this post right here. Pin message. There we go. So yes, if you go over to 221B, you can get it. And then let me show the design really quick. There it is. Look at that design. That's a sexy design. So you got the t-shirt and the hoodie combo if you want both or one or the other. Very proud of that design. That is, if you are not aware, that is IDOT. That is the Geeks Gamers mascot. And we're going to be doing a lot more with him. So really excited about this one. Looking forward to seeing how those shirts look on everybody once you guys get those in. Take pictures, show us on social media. We're looking forward to it. So good stuff indeed. Thank you guys for that. All right, let's continue reading. Crispin, oh God. Here we go.
Chris.
Netflix sucks. Interviewed me, but didn't use my footage. I told them all about parenting advice, and I got Vince. See how well Steph turned out. God dang it, man.
Yikes.
I couldn't believe they brought Chris Benoit up in the dock. I really couldn't believe that. I was actually shocked. Raven Black Sparrow with 5 gifted memberships. Let's freaking go. Thank you for the 5 gifties. Nandy says, to be fair, Chuck was Levi's peak plus a Chuck movie supposed to happen apparently, so he's good. Did you watch Chuck? I didn't.
Like, I think I've seen a few episodes, but that was a while ago. I don't remember it.
CJ says, doesn't surprise me about Batista. He played politics in WWE to get ahead, and now he's playing politics in Hollywood. The Wolfram Heart says, eat shit, Rensler, rescue Dave Filoni's dog. Red King says, Gina gets canceled, but Snoop shoots Trump in vid. Yep.
Yeah. How about that?
The Lord Akira says, Mark wanted the Harrison career, and he got his own that people respected, but he did not. Yeah, Mark Hamill's not a real movie star. So Joshua becomes a new member. Thank you. Ensign says, so is Froggy Fresh the new high tea intro song?
We haven't had high tea in months, man.
Barbecue Pit says, did that person seriously pay $10 to that troll? Where's Epic Mike when you need him to point and laugh? Yeah, like, where did he go? Hey, come on, send me more super chats. Listen, if you don't like me, the best way to get back at me is to super chat me, troll my friends. Okay.
Yeah.
Troll Rippa, troll Jay, send me money to troll my friends. I'll fucking call them out with you. Fuck it. Let's go, man. Send me money. Let's see. Rap battle between Froggy Fresh and Beardo. Oh my God. I 100% want to make that happen. Let's see. Jeremy, did you get the mask I sent? I have PO box stuff. I have to open up. I'll have to see.
What kind of mask?
I don't know. I haven't opened all of them up yet. The Singing Tig says, Gay Remy is hard for Froggy Fresh. What a fig. Jester becomes a new member. Thank you. Raiden Roach says, there's YouTube channels with better docs I've watched. Oh, on Vince, 1000%. Easily. Beetle Johnson says, just ordered my IDOT shirt and hoodie just in time for this North Carolina weather. Hey, man, North Carolina's in... Like, there's some bad stuff going on with that storm, man. So, but thank you for ordering your shirt and hoodie, man. Look, I hope you love it, and appreciate everybody that's ordered those. Really means a lot. We appreciate it. Let's see. So according to them, 90% of the world's population is straight white male Trump supporters. It's got to be if you look at how many watched. Yeah, I mean. I would say like 99% of the world's population didn't look at that fucking movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it flopped. The reason you didn't get and thank you for the super chat. The reason you didn't get a sequel to Ghostbusters 2016 is because it lost money.
Yeah, exactly.
It lost money. That's it.
And it was trashed by critics and everything. Like it just wasn't good.
Yep.
It was one of those things where we're like, man, who asked for this?
Nobody.
Who thought this was a good idea?
Nobody. The Real Smile Bit says, speaking of the history of the world, part 1, did any of you watch a History of World part 2 series that came out in March of 2023 on Hulu? I don't have Hulu. So
I did not see that.
Yeah, I don't have Hulu. I got Hulu years ago, and I just didn't like the UI, and I didn't like how many ads were on it, and I haven't went back to Hulu in a long time. So Michaela says, hail. Got my IDOT merch order placed this weekend. Geeks and Gamers tabletop merch soon. Fingers crossed.
That's interesting.
Keep asking. Keep yelling at me about it. Dave Chandler says, on celebrity endorsements, I agree with Jay. Ward says, Jeremy, have you heard of the Netflix show The Queen of Villains about the women's pro wrestling in Japan during the early 80s? I feel like I might have saw that like go through up on my feed, but I haven't seen it. Boba Fett says, congrats on the Bama win, Jeremy. Sad UGA fan. Man, that's one of the greatest regular season games I've ever seen. It was unbelievable. Both teams brought it.
Did you hear this about Netflix? Like, I have to look into this to see if it was a lot of people are reporting on this.
I have heard this. Yes.
Netflix cancellation surge after Hastings backs Harris.
Yep. I did. I heard about that.
This was in Bloomberg. So if anybody was asking about the source. So
how
do they find that information though? That a lot of people canceled though. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
It's like, is there like some kind of meter that they have available on like who
I would say probably
You know.
internal information, probably
Yeah.
like people leaking that information, I would think. Nightmare says, look up Trump vlog, Obama stop chewing gum. May I do that for Cobra Cast tonight. CJ says, blaming Trump for Ghostbusters doing bad is like blaming Gary, Ryan, and Jeremy for the Acolyte doing bad. No one would do that, right? Yeah, I heard that.
It's your fault.
It's your fault. It's always somebody else's fault. Barbecue Pit says, another epic mic point and laugh at Paul Feig. What a fucking loser. Double Hawk says, I wasn't a Trump supporter in 2016 and I refuse to watch that garbage. Your move, Paul Feig. Paul Fig. Butter Biscuits says, got to show Jay Street Ranger and Dunked On. I'm going to send him a bunch of Froggy Fresh videos today.
It's great. It's going to fill my feed. Thanks.
Poobie says, I may be wrong, but most of Hollywood movies are a failure due to the lack of creativity, just remakes and gender swap movies. What happened to new content? They don't have much creativity in Hollywood these days. Nandy says, Jay, where's the Thunderbolts reaction video? Come on, get that 500 views on video out already. Well, we reacted to it here, and then they blocked our whole fucking stream. So yeah, they blocked.
Yeah,
the whole stream.
that is weird. And you guys weren't the only one. Like I've been seeing that too. Like for some reason, that Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
was,
they blocked the whole stream. So we had to trim it out and edit everything. It was so frustrating. I'm like, what the hell's going on, man? Disney usually is not bad about that. Not at all. Let's see. General Duality for 5 on Rumble says, hail, yesterday I posted a picture of my own IDOT character. If you need me to tag you in it, I can. I have a lot of ideas and designs coming from what I've created. Please tag me. Please tag me on Twitter. Naders says, I have actively avoided self-checkouts as I have the view that if I'm not being paid by the store to work, why should I work for free when I have employees to scan and bag? Hail the 199 gay boy.
That's a good point, but I think Jeremy, like the other, like I agree with the fact that the lines that have the cashier, because there's few and less, like they're very long. So
yeah, I mean, ultimately it's time is money, and if I can get out of there 10 minutes earlier, then that's a positive for me. But I agree with what you're saying. I agree. I agree with Super Chat saying for sure.
I mean, it's like they raised the minimum wage, and now McDonald's and everybody else is just go to the giant iPad when you walk in, order your food, and then they'll call your number, and that's what it's become.
Yep. Vault 95 says, glad Jeremy finally played video games again and the fellowship is happy once more, not suffering from withdrawals. Clearly he hasn't played for a long time that Jay had to carry him. I did have fun playing it, and playing ranked is so much better than regular because it takes all the gimmicky bullshit. The Clear Site says, who made Starscream screen? That's right, Mighty Megatron. Lord of the Reese says, how does Slippy Toad not know about Froggy Fresh? Aren't y'all cousins? Vault 95 says, after watching Froggy Fresh, Jay says he's no longer has any affiliation with Geeks and Gamers. Weird Robot says, it's Krispy Kreme, you fig, never forget. Yes, that was his original name, was Krispy Kreme, and then he had to change it. So he had to change it.
Was it really?
Yeah. Yeah. He went by Krispy Kreme at first, and then he had to change it over copyright. Taker says, so in that AI video, Anakin is a star Alabama quarterback who transferred to Georgia to play for Kirby Palpatine. Let's see. You were supposed to destroy Georgia, not join them. They're doing it again, says Call Beardo, and tell him he's gay. I do that every day. So
it's like...
Rail Renegade says they can blame Trump for another 20 years, but we all know who is responsible for the female Ghostbusters happening, and where's Bill Murray? Crimson Cyborg says better rack, Billie Eilish or Sydney Sweeney? Eilish? I don't even know. I keep hearing about this Billie Eilish or Eilish person. I don't know who this person is. I have no idea who this person is.
His singer.
I mean, I guess I don't listen to this current fucking shitty music, so I don't know anything about him. Thank God. Like maybe that's me being a boomer, but I don't know anything about this weirdo. So there you go.
Sydney Sweeney. That's
kind of the default answer. Okay, we got one more story to talk about, Jay. And guess who they're canceling now? So
wow.
JK, I don't know if it's Rowling or Rowling. I have no idea. But here you have, you've got these Harry Potter actors that have passed away on September 27th, I guess, a year apart, which is obviously sad. Harry Potter is an iconic franchise. This tweet, at the time of me screenshotting it, had 89,000 likes and 2 million views, and it's a person praying for the death of J.K. Rowling. So as I said, Rowling, is that how? So it's pronounced Rowling? Okay. So this person is praying for the death of a person that this weirdo probably disagrees with on one fucking topic.
Yeah, I think your tweet was perfect because 90% of the time she agrees with what they're... That is what happens when you cater to this certain group.
This is unbelievable, man. So J.K. Rowling agrees with these freaks on 99% of issues, but they want her dead because of one disagreement. That right there puts the left into perfect perspective right there. That's it. It could be, she is a champion for all of their causes. She is a radical, fucking raging leftist. She's a complete psychopath. That doesn't take away from her creative genius, because she is a creative genius. But she is a crazy leftist psychopath. And I always see conservative commentators trying to take up for her. I'm like, dude, she fucking hates you, okay? J.K. Rowling hates you. She can't stand you. She wants you, she views you like the people that hate her view her. That's how she views you. So I'm not a fan of hers at all. I haven't been. I know a lot of people like to take up for her when these things happen because they think that she's, I guess, an ally or on their side. She's not on your side. Okay. She's not. But with that said, this puts it in perspective as to how the crowd that she is part of, they eat each other alive.
Yeah, 100%. I will say, I mean, I give her credit. Like, she didn't back down. She hasn't backed down. She won't back down. Like, there was a guy that was like, I took all my Harry Potter books and I set them on fire. And she responded, she goes, eat them, burn them, read them, whatever. I still get a royalty check.
Yeah.
Like, that was her response.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, man, but yeah, like they want her erased because of the trans issue. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And so again, this is the left put it, they just show you exactly who they are. And the fact that, and again, I screenshotted this a day ago, 2 days ago, or whatever it was. Like, this is, I haven't looked this tweet up to see where it's at now, but it's probably well over 100,000 likes, probably 3 million views. People are supporting this. People are supporting this. This is crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to show that and put perspective on that. Cancel culture is taking it to a whole nother level, because now it's not about like you should be fired from your job because, well, they can't fire her from her job because she's the creator of Harry Potter. So, well, if we can't fire her from her job, then we just want her dead. We want her dead because she agrees with me 99% of everything. But this one topic she does disagree with me on, I want her, so they want her gone.
That's the thing when the stuff was going around about like they wanted Star Wars theory to die and all that stuff, when that was going around, and people were saying, hey, why don't you call this stuff out? Why don't you call this stuff out? And they're like, because all you guys are for peace and you want to be tolerant and you want love and you want everyone to get along. That's what you guys are promoting. Why don't you call out these death threats and stuff like that? And they're like, yeah, well, they're terrible people, so they deserve it. But everybody else, needs to live in peace and harmony and everything. It's such a crazy mentality to have, because then they'll go on and be like, hey, just show love to everyone. But it's okay to want these people to die because, they're giving us problems in something that we're trying to make normal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be YouTube friendly, I guess. So,
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, this is where we are. So, and by the way, for all of these, like all these uploads that we're doing, or everything from this show, we cut them up and put them on Geeks and Gamers 2, which used to be Geeks and Gamers Clips. So Geeks and Gamers 2, You'll see a lot of uploads over there as well. So make sure you're subscribed to that channel if you're not. John Goat says James Rolfe said that he wouldn't watch Ghostbusters and they called him sexist. The man just said the previews don't look funny and wasn't interested. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I 100% remember that one. Raiden Rose says, Jeremy, since people love to pay you to insult you, you should have a roast and charge $50 an insult for charity. Jay can be roast master.
What's a roast master? Do I just go, okay, next?
Yeah, pretty much. So you kind of drive the ship, but
I'm terrible at you. Don't want me driving the ship. I'm just gonna sit there and laugh. That's all I'll do.
We call that Tuesday night's main event.
Yeah,
and
that's true. Have you seen me driving that ship? Man, it falls right off. Falls over the cliff real quick.
We just call that Tuesday night's
main event. Like going back to this stuff, it's like. Anytime celebrities or someone posts something like I don't agree with, like it doesn't affect my day where I want them to die. You know, it's
I know.
It's like what? Like, yeah, I don't understand why they get so upset and angry. That's where they're at in life.
Well,
you know,
I've talked about this before.
It just doesn't like you just. And obviously, if they're seeing stuff like this, they're constantly looking for it because it shows up in your algorithm, you know, like that's what it is. So like when we were doing like the Acolyte videos, like the Twitter's algorithm for me turned into all these people that were mad at all of us. Like that's all I kept saying. Yeah. So, you know, like it never, but even in everything that they've ever done, why I laugh at it, it's like it never, you know, once I turn the computer off or the phone off, I don't sit around and be like, I just need them to die. Well, I mean, to be a better place.
J.K. Rowling is literally everything that they claim that they want more of.
Yeah.
She's a self-made billionaire. She's a woman, and she stands for 99% of all of their fucking causes.
Yeah, I know.
She is a historical figure. She will be remembered for the rest of time because she's created something that will stand the test of time. She's created one of the greatest IPs in the history of pop culture. And they hate her over one opinion. This is insane.
Yeah.
These people are fucking broken. They're broken. Like she's everything that they claim that they want more of. We need more women representation. We need more women to be successful. We need more women to be elevated. And that's what she's done. She's literally a female George Lucas is what she is. That's what she is. She's that big of a deal. She's that accomplished. She's going to be that much remembered. She's that big of a deal. And she stands for every fucking thing you believe except for one thing, and they want her dead because of it.
And the funny thing is, because people in the past have, like, you know, bent the knee, whatever, to the mob, they feel like when they do this kind of stuff, they have some kind of power. Like they're doing something. They're doing something positive in this world.
Yeah.
Posting something like that. It's wild, man.
It's crazy, man. Crazy. But anyway, we're at the end of the show, Jay. What do you got going on today, buddy?
More videos, and I'll be on Geeks and Gamers Play tonight. We're going to be playing.
I don't know what we're playing. I don't know what we're playing.
They made the announcement.
Chris is in charge of that.
Yeah. So I think it's Party Animals. I think we're playing Party Animals tonight, so I'll be there.
So we'll see. I got Cobra Cast tonight. And again, one last time, if you have not, please go over to 221B and get your IDOT shirt or hoodie or get both of them, okay? Tomorrow's the last day. Campaign closes, so make sure you go over there and check that out. Looking forward to seeing you guys rocking that shirt. Where are we at? Make sure nothing like a Rumble.
Yeah,
AD the Demon Slayer says, hey, Jeremy, from now on, let Jay read the super chats. He's a meme gold mine. Also, the show goes 40% longer.
Thank you.
What were you about to say, Jay?
No, I said we had one more super chat. That was it.
But all right, guys, thank you so much. Another one in the book. So we appreciate all of your support. And IDOT, Rise of the iDots, the Halloween edition. Please go check out that shirt. You guys have a good evening. Cobra Cast tonight, gaming tonight on the Geeks Gamers Play channel. Other than that, Jay, say
we
bye.
will talk to you next time. Bye. I messed that up. I messed that up pretty bad.
I'm intentionally not hitting the end right now.
I know you're not.